Hello and welcome to session 4 of Global Sources Virtual Summit. Today we've got amazing presentations. We've got Divir Cohen talking about how to scale your Amazon business, very experienced Amazon seller and coach from Israel. Then we've also got Peter Luxembourg from Hong Kong, who's going to be talking about why you should set up a company in Hong Kong for your Amazon business. And finally, my favorite topic, TikTok. We've got Lazar, who's going to be talking about why you need to be advertising on TikTok now. Super interesting topics, very experienced sellers. Stay until the end. We're going to be giving away 6 prizes this session. And just a few quick reminders before we start the first presentation. So first of all, if you haven't already done so, please register at this URL, globalsource.com/summit, so you can get access to all of the speaker slides. You can also receive replays that are organized and well indexed. And you can also join our Telegram group where you can engage with other attendees. And we're also sharing some content over there. A huge shout out to our sponsors, Amazon Social and Gemba. We really appreciate your support. And let's take a look at a quick video about our sponsors. So if you haven't already done so, go ahead and get this free ebook by Gemba. It talks a lot about supply chain trends in 2022, and it's also got an overview of all the alternative sourcing markets that people are looking at nowadays, including India, Mexico, Vietnam. So very good insight about all of these China plus one markets that people are really talking about nowadays. Let's take a look at another video. If you're looking for an agency to manage your social media, then Amazon Social is the advertising agency for you. They are very experienced and they're very affordable too. That's what I really like about them. Christina from Amazon Social was with us in the earlier session that we did, and she gave a really good comprehensive overview of the services that they provide. And definitely attend this workshop that they've got. So you can see the URL scrolling at the bottom of the screen. They're doing a free workshop where they're going to be talking about social media strategies for e-commerce. So definitely check out that workshop. And Amazon Social also has a special offer. If you sign up for any of their services before November 24th, they're giving a 20% lifetime off on all of their services. So check out their services at amazon-social.com. Okay, so let's get started with our first presentation. I'm going to invite Divir Cohen on screen. Hi, Divir. How are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for joining us, Divir. Really looking forward to your presentation. And we were just talking earlier before we went live that we were supposed to meet in person in Israel. When was it? 2020 was the plan.
Yeah,
that's still pending.
It will be, I think, for another 1 year at least. The COVID don't want to leave the planet. So I think that maybe 2022 we will finally meet in Israel.
Yes. Looking forward to that for sure. Okay,
Great,
while
yeah.
Divir shares his presentation, I want everybody who's watching to let us know in the comments where you're watching us from. So, and also let us know if you're already selling on Amazon or e-commerce. So if you're already selling, type in yes, followed by the city that you're in. If you're not selling online or in e-commerce, type in no, followed by the city that you are based in. And I see that Andy Eckroyd is here. Good evening from Brisbane, 10 p.m., 26 degrees and balmy weather. Not as hot as Singapore, but better than Canada. Yeah, it's already snowing there, isn't it? Cool. Okay, Divir, so let's get started. I have shared your slides and it's over to you.
Great. So thank you, Global Sourcers, and thank you, Megla, for inviting me for this great event. Nice to meet you all. My name is Dvir Cohen. I live in Israel. The time now is 2 o'clock in the noon. Israel weather is very, very. It's going to be rain finally this weekend. I'm married plus three kids. I'm the CEO of a company called Ecommerce. We help businesses to build brands inside Amazon and on other platforms. I'm also started my journey a long, long time ago by writing more than 130 children Kindle ebooks. I'm doing e-commerce for a long, long time. Here are my details, easycommerce.net, and here is my private email. So let's start. Today I'm going to show you 5 amazing tips that do work on Amazon. And yes, we will have a spare time at the end of the presentation for questions. So just write down along the tips if you have any kind of questions, and I will answer them at the end of the presentation. Now, the only thing I would like you to do in this short 30 minutes presentation is to listen. And why is that? Because most of what you are going to see, most of them Amazon sellers don't do. So let's start. Tip number one, I want to speak about something that everyone that is selling on Amazon or doing the advertising on Amazon is familiar with, and it's about the automatic campaigns. So most of the sellers are running automatic campaigns that exactly the same way. Let's see some examples. I have this automatic campaigns. I have a cost of 15%. I spent I spent almost 3,000 K and brought sales around 17K. Now, the automatic campaigns that most of the sellers are creating are usually one campaign with four match type. We see here on the screen the four match type that usually when a seller create a first automatic campaign, it will create one automatic campaign with four match types, as you can see. Now, what is the problem with that strategy? What is the problem with doing one campaign? If we need to scale our business, we need to know the numbers, but I'm referring to know the exact numbers. So let me ask you a question based on this screen, okay? If you are familiar with this screen, it's the placement screen. Based on this screen, as we can see, I have results for top of the search, the product pages, and rest of the search. Based on this screen, and this is an open question for if you are watching, which of the keyword bring me the best results? Is there anyone that want to answer based on this screen, based on this automatic campaign, which of the keyword brought me the best results? Is there anyone want to answer?
I think the text might be a bit small for people to actually see. Like I have to
Okay.
look very carefully. So, guys, can you see the text? It might be a bit difficult to see.
Okay, so we will go on. Okay, so
Yeah.
based on this result, okay, we don't know which of the keywords brought me the best result, and the reason is that because we can't produce any kind of reports from the Amazon Seller Central, so we really don't know which keyword behaved better in the top of the search, which keyword behaved better at the product pages, and of course which keyword may behave better on the rest of the search. So the traditional way for creating Amazon automatic campaign today is like this slide. Let's say I have a brand called Dvir brand, and under the Dvir brand I have three products. I have product A, I have product B, and I have also product C. So on the traditional way, I'm creating for each of the product, I'm creating one automatic campaign with 4 match types, as we can see in the slide. I have product A with one automatic campaign, close match, loose match, complement, and substitutes match type. This is the traditional way. And the change that I'm going to show you is the new way. So the new way will look like this. I'm not creating one automatic campaign. I'm creating 4 automatic campaigns. Again, instead of creating one automatic campaign with 4 match types, I create 4 automatic campaigns. Each automatic campaign will be with a different match type. The first one will be only with close match. The second one will be only with loose match type. The third one with complements, and the fourth one with substitutes. And by dividing this into 4 automatic campaigns, I can do a real investigation about the keywords, about the async, and to do a optimize in a better way. So by dividing it into 4 different campaigns, we will have better resolution on which keywords work better and where they work better. Because if a specific keyword not behave so good in a close match and it behave good in a substitutes, for example, I will be able to close something, to reduce the bid, and to do a lot of changes which is specific for my product. So let's see how I create 4 automatic campaigns. Again, instead of creating one automatic campaign, tip number 1, we are creating 4 automatic campaigns. The first one will be only on the close match, as you can see in the slide. I close all the 3 others. I only enable the close match and disable the loose match, the substitutes, and the complements. This is campaign number 1. The second campaign will be on the loose match. Now, the loose match is usually bring me more traffic, but the echoes is higher, so you need to look carefully about this campaign. Start with the lower bid and check it, because it's bring me all the loose match that related to my product. So this is campaign number 2. Campaign number 3 is the substitutes. Okay, campaign number 3 with the match type of substitutes. I create it like that. I disable the close and the loose, and of course enable the third one. And the last campaign is the complements. Okay, so tip number 1, instead of creating one automatic campaign that really don't give me any a resolution on which keyword behave better in the placement, I close. I'm not creating one automatic campaign. I close it and I create 4 automatic different campaign. Each campaign is a different match type. Do it. You will see results are better, and you will be able to investigate and choose your strategy based on the results. Okay, and again, write down the question. We will have time at the end. Tip number 2, let's speak about videos. Okay, so tip number 2 is I want to dominate the videos wherever I can, wherever we can dominate the videos in this, big, amazing Amazon selling platform. I want to be there, because if I will be able to dominate every place that Amazon gives me as a seller, I will be in advance on my competitors. So most of the sellers are using videos for PPC campaigns. And if you are not using videos for your PPC campaigns, so start doing that, okay? And most of the sellers are using videos in the product listing. So let's speak about tip number 2. But you can get much more traffic and conversion if we will do the following tip. How we can do that? Our strategy is called dominate the videos where we can. I want to dominate every place with my videos. Okay, so number 1, we can load more than one video into your list. I don't know if you know that, but let's see this example. You can see on the top left that these sellers, which is selling Lego, it doesn't have only one video in the list. Okay, most of you, I think, that putting only one video in the list, you can put two, three, and even up to five videos into your product listing. Okay, and when the customer will arrive, will see your product listing, he will click, and then he can see that you have more than one video, and you can put unboxing, a professional video, promotional video, or any other kind of video that you want to bring information to your customer. So put more than one video into your listing. How do I do that? Very, very simple. You do that from the upload video section, okay? You go to the upload video section, choose the title, write down the asyn, the same asyn that you load the first video, you write the same asyn, you choose the thumbnail, and you do submit. I suppose you are familiar with this screen. Very, very simple. Use that. Put more than one video into your listing. Tip number 2, make you dominate the related videos too. Okay, so you probably know that Amazon shows a place called related video for this product. So dominate this place also. Load more videos to this section. You can do that by yourself as a seller. You can find a customer that will buy the product, will do an unboxing, or you can make an unboxing and send for, an influencer or a customer, and it can upload. So my customers, when I handle my customers, I dominate this place. I have 5, 6, 7 videos here. So the customers reach this page. When he scroll to the right or to the left, he see only my videos, my brand. Okay, so make it dominate this place. Amazon give you this area, use it. Okay, so load more videos to this place. Most of the sellers are doing 1 video, 2 video, and don't have time to do that, or don't have the facility, they don't have video, stuff like that. So no, invest in that. It's very, very important. Another thing, how do I dominate the videos? So let's see this great, amazing tip. Add a video in your FAQ question. This is a game changer. And why is that? So you know that today we can't answer for reviews that customers leave on my product, but I can add a video as an answer. So I can upload a video for a customer that send an FAQ, and in this video I can bring, of course, answer the question that the customer is asking, but I can also do some kind of promotional for my other products if I have. Okay, so this is a very, very good place that you can load video as an answer to your customer's question. Of course, I'm writing a written answer, but add an answer. So if add an answer as a video, so you can find it, at other places that do unboxing and answer. You can shoot someone, a colleague, someone for your family, that will show your product and answer the specific question. This is very, very good. This is another place that most of the sellers are not using. Okay, so tip number 2, let's dominate the place. I just want to show it again because this is very important. Another put more than 1 video into your list. Dominate the related videos on the top and on the bottom of the product page, and of course add a video in the FAQ questions. Okay, tip number 3. Okay, this is another, I called it a game changer, something that I'm, as a writer of Kindle ebooks, do for my customers. And this is, I'm bringing traffic from Amazon to Amazon. Most of you, all of you, bringing external traffic from Google, from Facebook, Instagram into Amazon. But this tip, I will show you how to bring traffic from Amazon into Amazon. Okay, so bear with me and let's look. So this is going to be a blast. Okay, if you have question about it, ask question. You can reach me after the presentation. Um, and let's do. I'm going to show you how to bring traffic from Amazon to Amazon. This trick can do magic for your product sales. Okay, let's say that you are selling a play tent. Okay, I'm selling a play tent in the toy category. So what we are going to do is we are going to write a children Kindle ebook. Okay, we are going to write a children Kindle ebook with my product images in the children Kindle ebook. Again, I'm selling a play tent and I can sell a puzzle. I can sell everything, even if I'm selling supplements, even if I'm selling any kind of product, physical product, I can write a story behind this product. For example, this story is about a small kids that want a gift for her birthday, and she asked her father, "Bring me her father asked her, "What do you want me to bring you to her birthday?" And then there is a 35 pages here. As you can see, this is something very unique that we are doing. These are illustrated, okay, images, and in the illustrated images I'm inserting the real image of the product. I do the combination. I don't just illustrate my product. Okay, I bring the real images from my list on Amazon to the images of the ebook, and then I creating an ebook with a story, very simple, 25 to 30 pages Kindle ebooks, and the story is about my product. And then when I have a children Kindle ebook, I target at the end of the book. Okay, as a customer, the customer is downloading the children Kindle ebook. He see the story, he read the story as at end and at the end. Sorry, and at the end of the ebook, there is a link from the children Kindle ebook to my physical product on Amazon. Okay, again, I'm writing a children Kindle ebooks with images of my product, and at the end of the book, I'm putting, hey, you want to buy this playtent that you just that you just read in the children Kindle ebook? Yes, I have this product. Click here, and you click and I put the URL to my product on Amazon. This is amazing. Again, I'm bringing traffic from Kindle ebook on Amazon to my product listing on Amazon. Okay, just think if you are doing it right, how it can rank your product. Okay, so this is the exact example. I have this product, and the link is going to this physical product. This is the KDP. This is Amazon. Of course, KDP is on Amazon platform. So tip number 3, bring traffic to Amazon from Amazon. I know that none of you is doing that. A very a unique way. And after we wrote the ebook, of course, we need to publish it on Amazon KDP site and promote it so people will download it, because KDP is the all area that you need to know how to promote Kindle ebooks. There are a lot of ways. And yes, I know that KDP is something that you need to learn how to do that and how to promote. But hey, we want to do scale, and we want to be in a big advantage over our competitors in 2022. So this is one of the way. Okay. Tip number 4, PPC suggested. Along the way, where we are handling a lot of PPC campaigns and a big number of clients, we found out that after we have a product that is running on the Amazon platform for a period of 2 months, 3 months. So you have a product with a PPC on it that is not a new one. Okay, this is very important point. And not a new product. You have a product that is 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, that you are running a PPC campaign on that. So we found out that if you are creating an Amazon suggested keyword campaign with the keyword that Amazon is suggesting, and of course the bid suggestion, it works very, very good. And I want to show for those of you that are not familiar with the Amazon suggested keyword, okay, this is not an automatic campaign. This is a manual targeting, okay? Look on the slide. The name of the campaign is easy, Amazon suggested, and I'm choosing manual targeting. Usually I'm choosing a bidding strategy of dynamic bids down only. And then here, when I'm choosing keyword targeting, as you can see in the screen, Amazon is taking my product. I choose the product, and in Amazon suggested keyword, I see all the keywords that Amazon is suggesting me. Now, he's suggesting me based on my product listing, title, description, bullets, of course. But if I have data of selling, it will bring me at this time of period when I'm creating the campaign, it will bring me better keywords, and this campaign usually work very, very good. It starts with a really high echo, so 60, 70, 80%, but you can optimize it. But this works. If you want to do rank now before the Black Friday and Cyber Monday and Thanksgiving, because we are in the Q4, and you want to rank and you want that people will see your product, this is a great, great, great way to create a new campaign called Amazon Suggested. Bring only one product. If you have a few variation on the same listing, choose your best one, okay, and create an Amazon Suggested with the keyword. Again, it has to be with the data. Don't do a launch strategy for a new product with that, because it won't work, okay? Bring an old product that you have and do that, and the numbers are really good. You can see here as examples. Okay, I have a 64.70%, 57, and again, this is a starting point, and from this point I'm optimizing this campaign. And again, if you want to do a rank and to do a good blasting for your product, this is a good way of campaigning. If we are speaking about PPC and about this tip, my suggestion is don't open new campaigns these days. Okay, just optimize your current and old campaigns. And if you want to create a new campaign, this is the only campaign that I would have opened if I want to scale and to show my products at this kind of stage. Okay, so tip number 4, PPC suggested. Let's speak about the last tip. Okay, tip number 5. Let's speak about feedbacks. Everyone know what's feedback. Feedback is where a customer is leaving a feedback on my seller store. It's not on a product, it's on my store. You can see the slide of feedback on the store. And what I'm doing here about the feedback, first of all, most of the sellers are not answering the feedback. Now, answer the feedback, because other customers that reach for your product and see the seller feedback, okay, they will see that you as a seller answer for 5-star review and even for 1-star review and 2-star review. As a seller, you make a credibility for your brand and your seller. So first of all, answer it, and you, as you can see in the slide, I can post a public reply here. So choose that and do that. Now, when I'm posting a public reply, I of course answer in a professional way. Dear customer, thank you for buying our neat Lego cup. We at Cairo Company really appreciate your feedback. It can be a 5-star feedback, 3-star, 2-star. I'm answering everyone. And the reason I'm answering is that because I'm pushing inside my feedback my main keyword, okay? The same keyword that I'm doing a PPC on it, and the same keyword that, I'm launching on it. In the feedback, I'm putting a keyword, okay? My main keyword. If you have more than one product, so by checking the order ID, you will know what the customer is bought. So you can put a specific keyword in the feedback. So tip number 5 about feedbacks: answer the feedbacks, and don't forget to put your main keyword. And does Amazon look on these keywords when it's doing a rank? The answer is yes. Okay, so tip number 5, the feedback. So we also use the main keyword I show you in the slide, and it's doing a magic. Of course, questions I remind you to put inside the question the videos and the feedback. And when you are answering a customer question, the same as I show you, to put your keyword in the feedback, in the answer question at the written section that you can write, put your keyword. Okay, so now when a customer is asking for something, I'm uploading a video. Remember, tip number 2, dominate the video plays. And in the written section of answering the customer question, i'm I'm putting in my main keyword. Okay, so don't forget that. So this was my 5 tips for you, and let's start question. If anyone want to ask something.
Yes, that was really good tips over there, and very different and very unique. That yeah, I haven't seen anybody talk about those kinds of tips. So very interesting. Thanks a lot for that presentation. And guys, let us know what you thought about these strategies. And we've got some people saying that this is a great strategy. I think he was talking about the PPC at that point. The use of many separate campaigns is a great strategy. I use at least 8 to 11 campaigns per ASIN. So, do you use different campaigns even for manual um, campaigns? I mean, or is it only for automatic?
Well, this is a great question, and I can tell you that I'm putting a keyword, one keyword in one ad group in one campaign. So if I have 300 keywords that I'm bidding on them, I will have 300 separate campaigns. Okay, I'm using my strategy is to I'm in the Amazon to make money. I want to dominate every place that Amazon give me. I want that the customer will see my product at any keywords that related to my product. So I want to dominate. So I take each keyword and I put it separate as a separate keyword in an ad group and in a campaign. Also in the ASIN, in a product page, in product targeting.
Right. Do you have ad groups at all, or do you just do one campaign per keyword?
No, I have a one ad group. Okay,
Okay.
I have a one ad group in one campaign. I do have ad groups, of course.
Okay. That makes sense. Okay, the Kindle story is really sharp. Yeah, that was quite interesting. So then, I mean, you have of course been doing Kindle books for so long, right? You have
Yeah.
130 plus Kindle books. So, what are some tips that you have for people if they want to first of all learn how to do Kindle? Because I think that's something that a lot of people would have to start with. Not everybody is familiar with KDP. And then, what are some strategies that you use to drive traffic to your Kindle books?
Well, the Kindle books, is a very huge subject that we can talk about it for 1 month. You need to learn to do, yeah, you need to learn to promote KDP. There are, a site that I can publish my free ebook. There is in the last 2 years, Amazon gave the ability to create PPC, the same PPC promotion for my physical product. Amazon is giving now for the writers to do PPC. So you can do the same PPC on the KDP. It's a different platform, by the way, and there is a lot of ways that you can publish your book, blogs, PPC, and another tricks that can be done. But yeah, this is very interesting because most of the sellers, Megla doesn't familiar with this kind of strategy to bring traffic from Amazon into Amazon. Okay, and
Yeah.
yes, I've been doing that for more than 10 years.
That's amazing. That's really
Yeah.
good. And so basically, what you do is you feature your own products. And this can be done for any category, right? I mean, that's something that I was kind of thinking about when you were talking about that. And I was thinking about my own products. And so basically, this can be done for any product, right?
Any product. Let's say you are selling a puzzle. Let's say you are selling a vitamin. You can build a story about two kids fighting in the back of your car that want the puzzle or want the doll, and they're fighting. And you give, at the end you give a good example so that they need to talk with one each other, and to know how to give toys to one another. And then at the end you say, hey, you want this product, so click here. And again, about supplements, I can write a menu, recipes. Okay, if I'm selling something
Yeah.
from the kitchen, everything you're selling from the kitchen, you can make recipe. You can show people, acting the product that you are selling. I I think that 99% of the products you can build the store. But Megla, the nice thing is that you have a product, and the idea is to build a story behind the product. Okay.
Yeah, I can see how it can really work well for home decor products and Christmas products. Those kinds of things can be really good as well. And so, are these books mostly for kids or like even adults?
Even adults. If I
Yeah,
if I'm selling supplements, I will write
yeah, of course.
yeah, I will write something that related to supplement. Let's say my 30 benefits of using a vitamin C, for example. Everything I can write an ebook about that. And I can also write. It's not a novel. I won't write, a 700 pages. A detective story. Okay, I will do that very short because, yeah. By the way, you will be surprised that I have customers that are making money not from the product, from the ebook. Okay, they from
Oh,
the ebook. Yeah, they're making money, and because people are buying it, I can sell that at 0.99.
wow, that's really interesting. Guys, let us know if you have any questions. Lots of people watching, but very quiet today. Not many questions. So Andy's saying
Recipe
recipe
books.
books.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that would work really well. Also, I wanted to ask you about videos. That was a very interesting thing that you said that you could actually post 4, 5 videos on the
On my list.
listing. How did you do that? So I know that you can post one video and you can go into one of the sections over there to post one video, but where did you go in to post the other videos?
The
Is it
same the
customer?
same. No, it's the same place where I post the first one. But
Oh,
because
is
most
it?
of the sell yeah, most of the sellers, just post put their product X in and load it, and that's it. They don't try to post another video on the same ASIN. Now
Yeah.
about the video, by the way, the game changer is loading a video in the FAQ section. Okay, I can do a
Mm.
lot of, someone is asking a question. Now, if you are selling a product that no one ever asks something, so find someone that will ask something, make a video and load it. Okay, people are looking at that now. Amazon also show your product with, at the section of FAQ, they will see another video. So let's say I can put 2, 3 video in my listing, another different video in the FAQ, and of course the button on the related. So I'll dominate every place that Amazon is giving me to put videos.
That's amazing. That's incredible. And what kind of results are you seeing with video ads? Those are, of course, doing quite well nowadays. And do you have any tips for people to sort of optimize the video ads that they do? I mean, are any specific kinds of ads working better than others?
Yeah, let me tell you a little secret that no one will hear us. It the last 6 months I'm doing Amazon Live. Okay, I'm using Amazon Live. Yeah, we are. I think, well, in Israel, we are the only service agency that do Amazon Live. I load my product or my customer product into Amazon Live. You know, Amazon Live is a big development in Amazon that that bloggers get a product and show it. Amazon is pushing it. You can also publish your live, so this is very unique and something that I'm surely in 2020. Yeah, Amazon Live, it's very amazing. Use it if you can do that. You know, you need to know how to do that, of course, and stuff like that. But for your question about using videos as a in my PPC, yes, everything I'm, you know, I'm bidding on all my main keyword with a video. Okay, so if I have, let's say, 100 keywords, I will bid 100 sponsored products as a keyword bidding, and also 100 videos on the same keywords. Okay, so I will have 200 different campaigns, 100 keywords campaign and 100 video campaigns on the same keyword. And yes, video is a, you know, everyone today is we are in a different generation, Megla. You probably know that. So the buying these days are made from images, videos, and of course what you write on the product listed and the product listing. But people don't read the product listing. Okay, they do that only on the second, on the third phase when they see my product. Okay.
That's incredible. So I think we have to do a separate webinar with you about Amazon Live because that is just so interesting. So just, you know, very high level for Amazon Live, are you mostly getting influencers to do your lives, or are you doing it yourself?
I'm doing this is a big advantage in Amazon Live. If you will go into Amazon Live today, you will see influencer that show a lot of products from a lot of sellers. But I'm using Amazon Live. I think again that I'm probably the very unique, or probably the only seller that's showing Amazon Live only my product or my customer product. I'm creating 5 to 10 minutes long of unboxing of my product, and then this 5 to 10 minutes long I'm loading as a live into the Amazon. Okay, and now you need the iPhone, you need a streaming a pro application to do that, and you need to know what are the best hours to do that. And of course today you can promote it, you can put money. It's called CPM, it's per impression. I can say to Amazon, hey, I want to, there is a Amazon Live, but I give you $200 to bring me more impression. For for every $4, I'm getting around 1,000 impression. Okay, it's per impression, it's not per clicks. Okay, and again, this is something very new that in the last 6 months we see that Amazon is really developing it. They are sending reports. You can know how many people show your live, how many clicks, how many entered your product, and bought some other product that wasn't on the live. Okay, they do cross selling, this is really interesting, a new area of you know building a brand and showing my brand to my customers and reaching more customers, of course.
That's incredible. Yes, Amazon Live, I think, is it's really going to be a game changer in 2022, and a lot of people, people need to start taking notice of Amazon Live. So,
Yeah.
any more questions? I see Peter has a couple of questions about PPC. I think they're quite basic. I don't know if you want to take these questions, but how can we find out how much we should bid per click to be on the top? And do you want to
Well,
take that,
okay.
Peter? I mean, it's a very general, kind of wide, broad
Yeah,
question.
this is a really wide area for. So the answer is that put the suggested bid and 20% more. Right? Run the PPC campaign for 72 hours. After the 72 hours, there is a new a parameter in the report that you can see how much percent did your keyword was on the top of the search. So if you will see that, let's say your bid was a $1, and you on the top of the search you showed up for 10% only. So you need to know that bidding $1, Amazon showed you only 10%, okay, of the time in the top of the placement. So I'm now adjusting it in from one. I'm putting more 50%, so it will be a $1.50. And then again, after 72 hours, I will check in the report this parameter, and then if I will see that now in the top of the placement, Amazon put me, let's say, 28%. So I know that I need to raise the bidding. This is a great new a parameter in the reports, Peter, if you are familiar with that. If no, check it, okay? You can adjust it in the columns. Check this, what is the number of the percent that Amazon is showing you, and based on that, do the adjustment on the bid.
Okay. And he says, Amazon Live sounds like a great opportunity. Yes,
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
I know Amazon Live. By the way, I'm doing live. My team doing live every day. I'm working in Israel. I'm working all the night because my customers are based in America. So, and in Israel is a different time. So, I'm awake all the night. I'm doing live. This is a great Megla. We can do live about Amazon Live, and I can show you live
Yeah,
what is happening.
that is a
It's really something really
that is
really.
incredible. Yes, we should definitely do that. And so, are you? I mean, I'm just asking more questions about live just because I'm so intrigued by it. But are you going live yourself, or are you
No,
posting
no, I'm
pre-recorded videos?
no, I don't have a pretty face, but I'm loading live a pre-made video live. Yeah.
Okay. Hmm. Okay. Awesome. Yes, we definitely have to talk about that. Really good opportunity. Before I let you go, just last question. What do you think about Opportunity Explorer that Amazon has launched recently, the tool for keyword research and product research? What do you think about that? Have you tried to use it yet?
Yeah, we try to use it. I think that everything that Amazon brings from inside of his database is much more better than other external tools. For example, the brand analytics. When you are doing a product research and a keyword research, let's say 1 year ago we didn't have the brand analytics, so we used any kind of third party application. That was the first place that you looked in. Now when we have data from inside Amazon in the brand analytics, so this you go first to this place, and then you, as a second point, you go to external application. The same as the new feature of opportunity. It's bring me info from inside of Amazon. So, my private opinion, everything that Amazon bringing from its own data, it's better than other, assumption and stuff like that.
Fantastic. Lalian is saying that is a good one, live on Amazon Live. Yeah,
We will
that's a
go
great
live.
idea.
We will go live on Amazon Live. That's Be sure about that.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that. Well, Devir, thank you so much for your time today. And guys, check out Devir's website, easy-commerce.net. And Devir, anything else you want to share about your company, or how can people reach you? Any other like social media any Facebook groups that you want to throw out over there? Let us know.
Well, at the end point, we are a service agency that at the end point know how to bring money to our clients. We do Amazon, we do Walmart, we do C discount, we do Allegro, we do a lot of marketplaces. We know how to build brands. We have a lot of tricks. As you can visit our site. We handle the biggest Amazon sellers community in Israel. It's called Amazon Click. It's in Hebrew, okay? It's in Hebrew. There are 22K people out there. from the 22K people, around 18K of active sellers in the group. So if you know Hebrew, you can join in. And if you don't know Hebrew, start learning Hebrew and then join in.
Well,
But
I'll let you in on a secret,
no,
Divir.
don't learn
I have
Hebrew. Hebrew is a tough language, but you can join. You can contact me through the email. You can contact me through the site, and Megla and Global Sources. It was a pleasure to be here again, and maybe the third time will be in Israel. Megla, I don't know. It's
Yeah, I
about
think
time.
it
No?
will be. It's about time for sure. But I was going to say that I'm in your Facebook group and I actually use the translate feature of
You
Facebook
used
to
to.
read all your posts. So, yeah, you can be in the group and the translate feature is pretty good. I mean, it's not 100% accurate, but you can always get an idea of what's being
Yeah,
discussed.
and
So,
there is a
yeah,
lot of traffic and a lot of questions from sellers, and the group is very
very
alive
active.
again.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Divir, thank you so much for your time today. It was lovely meeting you again. And thank you so much for the great content. So take
Thank you
care. Bye
very
bye.
much. Bye bye. Bye.
Okay, that was an amazing presentation by Divir. Let's move on. I'm going to bring Peter Luxembourg from Israel. We're going to Hong Kong. Hi, Peter. How are
Hello.
you?
Hello, Megla and
It,
the world. I'm fine. Thank you very much.
awesome. It's so good to see you, Peter. And I feel like you and I used to meet twice a year in Hong Kong when we did the Global Sources Summit. And now, of course, we only meet virtually, but hopefully next year. 2020
Yes,
is
I
going to
hope
be the
so
year.
too. We're hoping things will resume to normal here in Hong Kong.
Yes, awesome. Okay, Peter. So go ahead and share your slides. Let's get started. So you're going to be talking about why Hong Kong is a great place for global e-commerce sellers to set up companies, and a lot of big sellers that we know actually do set up their companies in Hong Kong, and that's one of the ways of increasing your profitability because of the many advantages that the Hong Kong government really offers. So, okay, I see your slides here, and there we go. Okay, over to you.
Okay, great. First of all, thanks Megla and Global Sources for having me on the show again. I believe this is my third time as a speaker, and been a regular participant on the show since you started in 2016. So I'm glad to be here today. And today's topic is Hong Kong as a place to establish or incorporate your e-commerce business. So today we're going to talk about why Hong Kong is preferable or a good place to establish a business, how it is to operate an e-commerce business out of Hong Kong, of course, the advantages of Hong Kong and its proximity to China and the rest of Southeast Asia, as well as how to get started, concrete tips on what to do next if you are interested and want to go ahead. And finally, we will cover also the biggest concern many people have is opening up a bank account or how to receive money into your company. But first, of course, I would like to tell you a little bit briefly about myself for those who don't know. My name is Peter Luxembourg. I'm originally from Sweden. I've been based in China and in Hong Kong since 2007. And I run multiple companies which have their registered office here in Hong Kong. So hopefully I know what I'm talking about today. I've been selling on Amazon for over 8 years now. And I've been offering consulting services within the area since 4 years back, or actually 5 years back. I am my main occupation today is running the company Frost Limited, which is a full-service Amazon agency helping sellers or brands and companies with everything to do with Amazon from A to Z. So let's get started. Why should you incorporate in Hong Kong? Well, first and foremost is the competitive taxation compared to many other countries in the world. There is a company profit tax ranging from 8.25 to 16.5%. The lower end of this range is for company profits up to 2 million Hong Kong dollars or $250,000 US. So if you make a profit less than $250,000 US on your first year, you can count on the 8.25% company profit tax. And in Hong Kong, I have experienced, compared to running a business in Europe, is that another benefit is that you can deduct a lot of your expenses, which in many countries would be considered a gray zone, or you wouldn't dare to deduct them. In Hong Kong, you can pretty much deduct everything that is in some way related to running a business. And if you are non-Hong Kong resident or living somewhere else but running a business out of Hong Kong, but you don't have any goods going through Hong Kong, or you don't have any salaries or other salary rate or staff or personnel expenses, mainly basically to explain it easily, is like you source in China, you ship from China directly anywhere in the world, let's say Amazon warehouse in the US or in Europe. And that's what you do. Pretty much you pay suppliers outside of Hong Kong that have operations outside of Hong Kong, and you deliver it to another place than Hong Kong. Then you can also claim offshore exemption tax, which in most cases will be approved, and which gives you a 0% company profit tax. And we know many successful sellers in the space that operate this way 100% legally, and it is one way of doing it, of course. But that is not applicable in case you have expenses, staff employed in Hong Kong, or goods are coming in Hong Kong. Also, another benefit of Hong Kong is instead of paying yourself a salary, you can have your company pay you a dividend yourself or any other shareholder in the company, and there's 0 dividend tax in Hong Kong. So technically speaking, you can pay yourself 0 tax dividend every year. Setting up a company in Hong Kong is relatively low, somewhere between 500 and $1,000 to get it up and running, depending on which partner you choose. And to form a company or get it started is very fast. We're talking somewhere between 2 to 5 days, depending on how much signatures you need to get in place. But let's say you are the sole director and shareholder, then you wouldn't take more than 3-4 days to get that up. And everything can either be done digitally online or through a CPA through emailing back and forth. You do not need to come to Hong Kong physically, or you don't need to be in Hong Kong to do that. And also, you don't need to be a Hong Kong citizen. So, how about operating from Hong Kong? Yes, it's very easy to set up marketplaces with the company documents. You can easily set up an Amazon account in the US with the Hong Kong company documents, or in Europe. They are well familiar with the company documents or the company registry documents issued in Hong Kong and are globally recognized. So the verification process is pretty straightforward. And with the documents that you have, e-documents that you have received, that should be sufficient. And of course, that makes it convenient for many of today's entrepreneurs or digital nomads or families that moving around, meaning that you don't have to feel that you're locked up in a physical place while running your business, whether it's on Amazon, Walmart, your own Shopify store, or any of the other marketplaces mentioned here, Etsy, Wayfair, and Lazada. Lazada is, for those who not familiar, is a marketplace in Southeast Asia, very popular, probably the leading marketplace outside of mainland China in the rest of Southeast Asia. And also you can operate a Tmall store out of Hong Kong. English is spoken among all professionals, well recognized. So you won't have any language barriers when communicating, either verbally or through emailing or correspondence. And many CPAs in Hong Kong in general is a business hub, so they pretty much have their eyes and ears open on what's happening in the world and provide services. So many CPA firms, certified public accountants, are well familiar with e-commerce sellers and related software. So if you're running an online accounting software like Xero, they are well familiar with this and the integration that we do with especially Amazon to synchronize against statements and bank statements. Before you, maybe this should be a little bit earlier, but before you consider doing this, or the first step of your checking is check whether your country of residence, if they have a tax treaty with Hong Kong and what effects it might have. I am by far any tax expert. Myself as a Swedish citizen, I know that Sweden has a tax treaty with Hong Kong, but you should look into your own situation. What are the tax treaties, or if any, in place between your country and Hong Kong? So what other advantages do we have of setting up and running a company in Hong Kong? On a normal day, pre-COVID or post-COVID, I would say, you have direct access to China and Chinese factories. Chinese factories are very comfortable dealing with Hong Kong companies, regardless who you are, just that your place of establishment is in Hong Kong. So it's easy to transfer money between Hong Kong and China. And also, if you consider selling your products on other countries, Southeast Asian countries, like for example, Vietnam, Thailand, Indonesia, Singapore, or the Philippines. All those countries have their own marketplaces, which are quite similar to Amazon in some aspects. And if you are thinking about that, you will know that there is a huge online purchasing pattern, or people are well familiar in buying online. There's 655 million online consumers per statistics outside of mainland China, and the numbers say that in mainland China, if you are even looking into that, then it's another 800 million you can access. Marketplaces that are similar to Amazon, which you would have to use and present your products, are Shopee, Lazada, and Tokopedia, which is in Indonesia. The first two ones are 100% in English, and the interface are very similar. Tokopedia is slightly different. Amazon used to be present in China up until 2 or 3 years ago, I believe, with the same interface to the sellers and to the customers. But after 10 years operating, they threw in the towel and gave up and let the local giants conquer. So the only place in Asia where Amazon operates today is in Singapore. And of course, our Australia. Apart from speaking English here, many Hong Kongers or professionals are well familiar with our way of thinking and our way of doing business. Having a British system implemented here and in the educational system. So I would say they are like-minded as us, although they are Chinese and they speak Chinese, which is a huge benefit. Hong Kong as a country has Cantonese, its main language, which is the same language as in South China, in Guangdong area. But many of them do speak Mandarin very well, so they can help you communicate with suppliers if necessary. Also, Hong Kong is well known as a international freight hub with excellent logistics and storage. All major freight forwarders or even small international freight forwarders have some kind of presence in Asia and use Hong Kong or Singapore as their main hub. So you would easily be able to talk to them and get help with exportation out of China and import into any other country or market where you wish to import and sell your goods. Like mentioned, you can strengthen your cooperation with the Chinese manufacturers if you, of course, have the possibility of coming to Hong Kong and China. Then that is optimal. But in these days, when we have travel restrictions in place, and as it looks right now, will be in place both in Hong Kong and China for a while, it's good to have some boots on the ground, either in Hong Kong or in China, that can help you on the sourcing, quality and logistics side. So how would you then get started? Step number one, check whether your country of residence where you live is on the United Sanctions list. It's only a few countries which are on the list, but if they, against all odds, are on the list, then you won't be able to establish a company in Hong Kong. And that's for different reasons. I won't go into them, but you can Google up United Nations sanctions list. And like I said, 99% of world's countries are not on the list, but there are some exemptions, so just to be aware of. Then second step, by yourself, look into the company registry in Hong Kong and see whether your preferred name is already taken or not. Personally, I would use a local CPA to run the check for me, just in case whether there are similar Chinese names, because you can register a company in Hong Kong both in English and in Chinese, and sometimes the translation is not really correct or similar, or it is very similar. And of course, at the end of the company, you have to have a limited. So in my case, Frost Consulting Limited. You specify who should be your directors and shareholders. If it's yourself, then it's pretty straightforward. If you have other parties that you want to have in your shareholder list, then you have to state them now from the beginning. And anyone who is holding more than 25% of the shares in your company is considered a significant controller and would require, because they are a significant controller owning more than 25% of the shares, there might be some further checks on them, both when you establish a company and also when you're setting up a company on Amazon or any other marketplace. They will always ask whether there are other people that have interest in the company of more than 25%. So if there's 25% or less, then it's easier and good to go. You would need a passport copy of yourself and of all the directors and the shareholders, and also the residential address proof of all the directors and shareholders. So when preparing the documentation, talk to your CPA, double check with them if the requirements have changed or not, but this is basically the requirements that have been in place for a very long time, many years. And recently, when we helped clients set up companies in Hong Kong, this was exactly what was needed. Passport copies, address proof of the shareholders and the directors. Finally, banking, payments, and transfer. Let's say you set up your company, you get your Amazon account up and running, you start shipping your products, and you get sales, which we all hope for. Now it's time to get money over. So how do you do that? You are not in Hong Kong. You have no possibility in coming to Hong Kong and talk to these traditional banks, whatever it might be. It is a hassle. Even though you would be in Hong Kong, then going to a bank, trying to set up a traditional company bank account could take months. And there's a big scrutiny, and the reason for this is pretty much that they want to protect themselves and rather not take on clients than to risk that a client is a bad apple. So even though you have an existing big business, it might be very difficult to open a bank account, or you have a newly started business, it might be very difficult to open a bank account. And now I'm talking about traditional banks, as for example, HSBC, Standard Chartered, Citibank, OCBC, or whatever other international banks you are used to. Company accounts in Hong Kong is extremely difficult to open. So since 2015-16, there are many options out there, digital banks or virtual banks. There's a little bit of difference between them. Virtual banks are pretty much banks as normal banks, which means that they have interest on money, or they can lend you money, while there are other providers, I call them digital banks, which maybe not bank is correct name, but they can facilitate all banking operations, which means they can receive money under your account or your name and transfer internationally over continents or between companies or between people very easily. So these accounts are very straightforward and do not require to open and do not require you to be physically in Hong Kong to open up. You can do that from anywhere. And there are many such, I would say, new digital banks. Some have been around for a few years. I'm well familiar for existing Amazon sellers, and they can be opened up by simply contacting them and have a quick Zoom verification, if any. Personally, I think it's always good to have some kind of people to talk to on the other end, and I expect the same from the other party. So those who do a Zoom verification feels a bit better. And you simply provide the documents that you received when you formed the company, and that should be good to go. Make sure that you choose one PSP, payment service provider, as I said, digital bank or payment service provider, facilitating, receiving, sending money. That is already approved and on Amazon's list. That could easily be checked, going on to Amazon service providers, going to, it's not banking, but it's something similar. I think it's actually called PSP, and if I remember, and check if they are there. Almost everyone I've been worked with is on the list, and this is needed in order for you to be approved when setting up the deposit information in your seller account. Open up a digital bank account in your name. In my case, Frost Limited. Takes somewhere between 1 to 3 days, and you can start receiving or sending money, depositing money immediately. All the documents that you need to send to the marketplace in order to verify ownership of your account are provided or can be downloaded online easily through these PSPs. Yeah, that's it. You can get started and start selling and getting your money. That's what we all are in it for. I will take questions a little bit later on, but before finishing off my presentation, I would like to tell you a little bit about Frost. What we do, we are a full service Amazon consulting agency that can provide everything from sourcing and quality assurance, and branding services and logistic services. All of this is, of course, not in-house, but we have a very well-established partner network here in Hong Kong and in China and throughout the world, which ensures that you get an A to Z service. Setting up your initial listings, we can help you with that, including market research. We help you with the sales copy and photography and video services, as well as account opening and product listing. Then on the full day-to-day management, we also do PPC advertising services and listing optimization, etc., as well as expanding to other marketplaces. If you have any questions afterwards, my contact details can be found here, peter@frostlimited.com, or visit our website, frostlimited.com. Feel free to call or WhatsApp me following a number. Thank you, Megla, Global Sources, and everyone who's been here today. I'll be happy to take some questions.
Yep. So I'm going to remove your slides and let's get you back here. So that was quite interesting. And I was thinking of my own experience, because when we used to live in Shenzhen, I actually did open a company. We incorporated a company in Hong Kong. It was, of course, way back in, I think, 2007 or so that we did that. And it was a very easy process. At that time, the bank account opening was also very easy. Company incorporation was very simple and very easy. And I mean, now I've done the same thing over here in Singapore. So I can actually compare both Hong Kong and Singapore. Singapore was more expensive to do it. And in Singapore, you, of course, also need a local director. So that is something. So in Hong Kong, I understand you don't need a local director, right?
That's correct. You do not need a local director, but you definitely need a local company secretary, which pretty much is between yourself and the government company registry.
Right. So we've got a couple of questions over here. Andy is asking, can a Hong Kong entity get cleared to sell on Walmart? Yeah, because Walmart is being very particular about which types of companies they are approving.
Yeah, so up until recently, they didn't allow any non-US businesses to open up accounts, selling accounts there. But recently, they have opened up to China and the rest of the world. So you don't have to be in the US in order to set up a Walmart account. So should be okay.
Should be okay. Okay. Yeah, we are seeing a lot of, I mean, what we heard from the panelists earlier was that there are a lot of Chinese suppliers, Chinese-based companies that are on Walmart now, but not that many, because Walmart is being very particular about who they allow. So Peter's asking, is Walmart selling other sellers' products? Yes, they are, for sure. You can, just like Amazon, they have opened up their platform to third-party sellers as well. We are getting rejected on Walmart as Aussie companies. So in that case, I guess incorporating in Hong Kong might help, right?
Might help. I must say that, of course, Amazon as well as Walmart, they have their verification process in place, and often companies can get rejected for different reasons without any clear explanation. So I would definitely not give up. Try different approaches, try different ways. Um, I'm pretty sure that at the end of the day, all marketplaces wants to have as good experience for their buyers or customers as possible. So the more sellers, the more products, the better. I don't think it's like not allow these companies or brands onto the platform. It's just that they're probably approaching it differently and carefully.
Yeah, makes sense. So you also mentioned tax treaties, and do you know if the US has a tax treaty with Hong Kong?
Well, Hong Kong and China for many are the same, but it's actually not the same when it comes to tax treaty. Hong Kong and US do not have a tax treaty as per my latest information. So of course that can change. Now with the current situation, it's hard to get straight answers sometimes here in Hong Kong because they don't know if they are going to implement the same rules and agreements that are in China. Let's see. I'm pretty sure that for a foreseeable time that will not happen. So generally speaking, it is difficult for U.S. citizens to probably not to open up a company in the U.S., but to open up a seller account on Amazon in the U.S., for example, because you go through a tax interview where they will ask you whether you are a U.S. citizen or not. And if you are, then you, of course, you will have another problem.
Right, makes sense. And then you also mentioned payment service providers or digital banks. Can you explain a little bit more what you meant by digital banks? And are they the same as payment service providers like Payoneer and Airwallex? Are you referring to those types of companies?
Yes, I didn't mention any name of service providers, but since you are doing it, I will do which companies I refer to are digital banks or payment service providers. I think PSP, payment service providers, is the more correct name to use here, even though everything is digital. Digital per se doesn't mean that it's different from any other digital experience. Payment service providers are Payoneer is a good example, OFX, Airwallex, World First, Ping Pong. I mean, there are loads of them today, and some of them focus on clients that are either based in China, speaking Chinese and helping Chinese companies, or Western payment PSPs, Australia-based or Hong Kong-based.
Okay. So if you do have an account with a PSP, you don't necessarily need a physical bank account in HSBC or any of those types of banks in order to incorporate in Hong Kong. Is that correct?
Yes, that has nothing to do with each other. I mean, from the
Okay.
PSP, you decide where you want to transfer the money. You can transfer directly to your factories, paying suppliers, paying yourself to your personal bank. I mean, at the end of the day, you need to have a personal banking somewhere, which is not related to this. But the PSP can pay out, set up instructions to companies, other banks, personal accounts, anywhere in the world.
Right. Makes sense. And like if you had to compare Hong Kong with Singapore, how would what are the key differences that you would say there are in terms of incorporating companies in Hong Kong and Singapore?
I honestly think you, Megla, have a better understanding and experience from Singapore. I just know that, like you mentioned before, you need some kind of people in Singapore for it.
Yeah.
There are actually, for the past year or two, companies moving from Hong Kong to Singapore, and they haven't encountered any problems. But I think as one who goes out for its first incorporation, look at both options. Maybe Singapore is more suitable, or maybe Hong Kong is more suitable. I think they are pretty much competing right now, head to head, in order to attract businesses new businesses or between each other. So I think definitely Singapore has seen an influx, but we are still seeing in Hong Kong that there's a lot of incorporations happening on a daily basis here because it's so simple, so straightforward, and the tax benefits are so good.
Right, makes sense. So, guys, let us know if you have any questions for Peter. We're going to start wrapping up. So, let us know if you have any questions about incorporating in Hong Kong. And, Peter, I also want to spend a few minutes talking about Amazon Sweden, because that's something that we talked about previously when you were here at Global Sources Summit. And I think at that time, Amazon Sweden had just started and it was very new, if I remember correctly. So, what sort of update do you have on Amazon Sweden now? How is it doing?
Yes, it's been a year now. They've been on online, and during this year, a lot have happened, especially in the past 2 months. As many other marketplaces where Amazon goes, you don't have the possibility of doing advertising or PPC or some cases do any deals. But Amazon Sweden has now introduced and made it possible for sellers to do deals, do PPC, and now I'm saying this, although it's going to affect my PPC, which I have in Sweden, the competition is very low, right? I mean, there's not a lot of sellers that actively know how to deal with the Swedish marketplace. As the marketplace is, like I said, 1 year old, and they're getting into a mature market where there are other marketplaces. This is a very fragmented market. But Amazon, in different from all the other marketplaces, is having a lot of different product categories within the marketplace. So it's interesting and it's growing. There are many Swedish brands well known in the world that are established on the marketplace, and Amazon has, in cooperation with them, also started a special section called Brands of Sweden. So of course, this is not for us international sellers, but it is showing that Amazon is doing a lot of efforts in order to attract more buyers. And in metropolitan areas, they are offering deliveries, the next day deliveries. And of course, the FBA solution is already in place, and it works very well.
Right. In terms of product categories, what kind of categories are you seeing more popular on Amazon Sweden?
Electronics, gadgets are very popular, and also mobile phone accessories. Clothing is also very popular. Not maybe specifically on Amazon, but to shop online, clothing is quite big.
Okay, interesting. Okay, so Peter, is there anything else that you want to talk about in terms of what you're seeing on Amazon, like what's working now? There's so many changes happening on Amazon nowadays. I feel like every day, like recently, or was it just today or yesterday, they've announced that they're increasing their fees from next year, like 3% to 7%. Some of the fees are increasing. So
Yeah,
it's just crazy. They're throwing things at us almost at a regular basis. What sort of you know challenges are you seeing with your own businesses, with your clients that you're working for, especially for Amazon?
yeah. I mean, the only thing that is constant or consistent with Amazon is changes, right? So you really have to keep up with all the changes. And I always tell our clients that, oh, you need a consultant. You need somebody that actually your eyes and ears open to all the changes, because you won't be able to keep up with it. But even as a service provider, it's difficult sometimes to keep up with all the changes, and it's maybe not to hear them, but to implement them, and kind of on a broader scale get it out there. So yeah, I'm not surprised. Always be prepared for changes and fee increases. I understand. I mean, actually, before I was always afraid of raising prices, but if you have a good offer, those those price increases that Amazon give to you are relatively small in percentage to your sales price or your profits, or if you feel that you don't have the room for it, simply increase your prices and see what's happening. I have increased prices throughout the years and never really seen any changes in customer behavior. The toughest part, I think, is the fluctuation in PPC costs, which are going through the roof in some cases. So if you're not being careful and monitoring this, if not daily, then at least weekly, or having somebody doing it for you, is that you can end up spending a lot of your marketing money on PPC without actually getting return on investment.
Yep, crazy times. 2022 is going to be very eventful and very interesting for sure. So, Peter, thank
Yes,
you so much for your time today. Really lovely catching up with you and hearing about Hong Kong, and really appreciate all of the insights that you shared. So, thank you so much.
thank you.
All right, take care. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Okay, so let's move on to our next session. We've got Lazar from Sellers Alley, and we're talking about TikTok. I am so excited about this session. Hi, Lazar. How are you?
Hey, how are you? I'm doing great.
I'm doing great too. Thank you so much for joining us. So, Lazar, I just have to tell you that we did have a supplier that we had to feature right before you, but the supplier is not here yet. It was supposed to be like a 5-minute session with the supplier. So, what we'll do is we'll start with your presentation, and in case the supplier drops in, I'll just pause you for 5 minutes. We'll do the supplier's session for 5 minutes, and then we'll continue with your presentation. So
Yeah, no
I'm
worries.
so excited about your slides and your content. I've taken a look at your slides, and people are gonna absolutely love it. I can't believe there's so much that you're doing with TikTok. That's so much possible. So
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, do you want to just
awesome.
go ahead and share your slides? Let's get
Yeah,
started.
absolutely. Give me just a second to make sure that I have slides on the right screen.
And everybody watching, let us know if you are on TikTok. Who over here who's watching is on TikTok? Do you have your own account, either for business or for your personal use? Do you actually watch videos on TikTok? Let us know in the comments. If you do, just type in yes. Let us know in the comments if you are on TikTok.
Yeah.
Okay, we can see your slides. So over
Okay,
to you,
perfect.
Lizard. Let's get started.
Thank you so much for having me. So I'm gonna talk about why should you start advertising on TikTok right now. So first things first, give me just a second to see if the slides are. Oh, they are working. Okay. So just a quick one about me. I'm Lazar. I'm the founder owner of Sellers Alley. We're a seven-figure advertising agency. We have huge team, 120 people at the moment when we were making slides, but like we're more like 135-ish at this point. We do a lot of stuff. We work with Google, Amazon. We're official partners with TikTok as well. We started our partnership with them this year, and because of that, like we reached out to them at some interesting times for TikTok when they started growing exponentially, and like they're huge buzz at this point. So everybody knows that they need to advertise on TikTok, that they should be there, and we started basically working with them at the right time. And currently, at this point, what we have with TikTok is something amazing. We have access to all of the betas from their end, all of the A/B tests, and so on. Also, we work with a bunch of aggregators. We build teams for them, help them accomplish their goals, and so on. So, what are we going to cover today? We're going to cover a bunch of different stuff. Let me know if you guys have any questions at some point. So, we're going to go through some statistics about TikTok. I'm going to show you all the ad types, what are the possible placements, how to do targeting, what are the tracking options, what are the requirements, best practices, how to build a brand, and incentives from TikTok end. Because it's a growing platform, it's a new platform. TikTok is trying really hard to expand as much as possible and to take the biggest part of the cake as possible. So why TikTok? TikTok is relatively new platform, and when it comes to amount of users, that amount is growing exponentially. Like last year, there were over 1 billion people worldwide that have their app installed, and that's something amazing. That's probably one of the fastest growing social media platforms currently. So what are the statistics? Like everybody knows about TikTok, it's a place for teenagers, and you're gonna be surprised about information about TikTok and like how the people change there. So like it's not just teenagers only. So what's interesting, in average, TikTok user spends around 69 minutes per day on the platform. We open app more than 12 times during the day, and the amount of use changes. Like this number that you see here went up a lot since we got the information from TikTok, and this is information maybe 6 months ago. That number increased even further. So when it comes to Europe, let's say this is the breakdown when it comes to ages. So as everybody knows, like TikTok is teenage platform, but that changed. It started with teenagers. Now they're just 26% of users. 40% of users are from the age of 18 to 24. 23% of users are from the age of 25 to 34, and 11% are over 35 years old. 65% of users are women and 35% are men. That's in Europe, but the situation in the rest of the world is more or less the same. When it comes to the States, 62% of users are women. When it comes to age breakdown for women, from 18 to 24, it's around 25% of all users, and from the age of 25 to 34, it's around 27% of users. So more than 50% of all users on TikTok US are women from the age of 18 to 34. So that's something that you need to be aware of when you decide to advertise on TikTok, and like how to address users. So as I mentioned, 62% of users in North America are women, 38 are men. Like this is for other TikTok regions. So like just to have an idea of age and gender breakdown. When it comes to income, nearly 50% of TikTok audience are within the medium to high income bracket tier, which means that they have just a bit more money to spend on e-commerce. And like all the users are on TikTok are people that are accustomed and used to all of the platforms, and they know a lot about e-commerce, so they're willing to spend more and to go through and navigate through all the different platforms. We can go through different sections, so you can see that when it comes to sales promotions, TikTok users really love them. Like 56% of looking for some sales promotions. 78% of TikTok users claim that they always look for the best deal. Obviously, everybody wants to have the best deal possible, but like when it comes to TikTok, they're really accustomed and they're used to seeing promotions, and they're expecting to see them. So when it comes to different categories, you can see like what people usually like to watch on TikTok, and 27% of most purchased products are clothing and shoes and headphones. Like from our experience in Sellers Alley, what we can tell you about is that everything that is household related, everything that is cosmetics related, everything that is related to fashion or do-it-yourself categories, it's working pretty well when it comes to advertising on TikTok. You can see all of the categories like in a manner what people purchase, like, and comparing to other platforms as well, and you can see that TikTok is winning for a bunch of categories comparing to other platforms. When it comes to planned purchases, like what people plan to buy in the near future, when it comes to TikTok comparing to other stuff, you can see that there is a trend of TikTok users that are willing to spend more and buy more stuff when it comes to electronics, home and furniture, accessories, travel related stuff, transportation related stuff, and so on. And why is this number so different comparing to numbers that you can see on other platforms? It's mostly because 40% of TikTok users are not using any other platform. So when you do advertising on TikTok, there is a huge chance that you're going to end up targeting people that don't have Facebook. And that's something really impressive. So have that in mind when you do advertising there, that you're going to reach out to completely new audience that you didn't reach out before. Before I start talking about ad types, I wanted to tell you more about one thing that is pretty cool about TikTok, and that's its algorithm. TikTok algorithm is a bit different than the algorithm that you can find on, let's say, YouTube or Instagram or Facebook or so on. And that's mostly because that algorithm is learning way faster than algorithms on other platform. And why is that? Let's say that like you go to YouTube and you watch a video. That video lasts usually around, I don't know, 10 minutes. And when you click on the video, you watch it. Maybe you rewind a bit, you like it at the end. Maybe you place a comment or you subscribe to the channel. And that's it. That algorithm can learn in 10 minutes. When it comes to TikTok, videos are moving way faster, they're way shorter, it takes way less time to get information. So when you watch a video on TikTok, algorithm then realizes like what did you watch. It goes through all the frames of the video, and like for example, if you watch some puppy videos, you're gonna end up watching a lot of puppy videos in the future, just like in the next couple of videos, just to be absolutely sure that you're gonna end up seeing the stuff that you would like to see. In case you stop watching and stop engaging in videos with puppies, they're gonna try to do some other stuff and like add more videos that are not related to puppies, obviously. So that's one pretty addictive thing when it comes to TikTok. So have that in mind. When it comes to ad types, first ad type that you have is image ad type. Obviously, if you go to TikTok, you didn't go to TikTok to watch images. And this is probably the worst ad type that you can have. That's like static image. For that one, you need image creative, you need ad description, and brand or app name. And that's probably the one that's not working the best. So have that in mind when you create ads on TikTok, that this one is probably not going to work that good. But there is another one that is more engaging, and that's video ads. For video ads, as I said, they're more engaging. For that one, you need to have video creatives, you need to have ad display image, you need to have brand or app name, and ad description. For this one, it's pretty cool because like you can use audio in the background, and like TikTok is pretty engaging platform. One pretty cool thing about TikTok is like, I don't know, for people that are using it, I don't know if they're aware that they're not checking other screens while they're watching some content on TikTok. So usually when you're on TikTok, in average, 87% of users are not using any other screen. So everything else is turned off. You're fully focused on TikTok, and you're not checking videos on TV. You're not checking your email pretty rarely. So when you're on TikTok, you're there, you're pretty focused on the information that you're receiving from the other end. So when it comes to videos, they can be long, they can go up to 60 seconds, but you don't want to bore people. They are there to have fun. So all of the videos should be like from 9 to 15 seconds. And that's something that is recommended. Lifestyle content is working pretty well. So one of the things that happens, let's say with our clients, and like when we talk to people that want to advertise on TikTok and to start advertising on TikTok, is like we don't have creatives for TikTok. But for TikTok, it's so easy to create some videos. You just need your phone and do your thing. Like you can record whatever. People would like to see some people that are similar to them. So feel free to take a phone and record whatever you wish with your product, and you're gonna end up having a video about that. So for this option, you need to have a video. Obviously, you need to have your brand name displayed, and you need to have some description without emojis or symbols. So just characters and up to 100 of them. when it comes to placements, there are several placements, and like when it comes to thinking about ad placements, usually people think of videos that show up in the middle of scrolling through videos, but there are a couple of other placements as well, and we're going to go through all of them at this point. So first thing is in-feed ads, and those ads are the videos that appear in between users' videos, and those videos are the videos that everybody relates to, and those are the videos that, like, when you go to the app, you scroll through the videos, and then let's say every fifth or every 10th video that you see is an ad. So that video should have call to action where you can encourage users to shop now, download your app, or visit the web page right from the TikTok. People obviously can like, comment, share, and interact with the video. When it comes to other ad types, the next one is top view ad type. When it comes to top view, it presents your brand, capturing full user attention with video, sound, and narrative. It lasts usually 3 to 5 seconds full screen as soon as you enter TikTok app. So the moment you grab your phone, click on the app, this is the first thing that you're gonna see. These ads are super expensive. We rarely see brands using this ad type, but like it's usually bought and purchased by some huge brands that they're doing something insanely good for their clients, and they want to make sure that everybody sees their ad. And because of that, there is another type called brand takeover. And with brand takeover, you immediately hook user attention with full screen static or dynamic display. And this ad, as I mentioned previously, lasts from 3 to 5 seconds. And it's literally a takeover of a brand of TikTok app. So everything you see at the beginning is related to that brand. There are other stuff that are not directly ads, but can be considered as ads. So you have branded challenges. You obviously probably saw hashtag challenges that are making people do some certain stuff, and everybody's then replicating those activities from influencers to regular users, and they're uploading videos. And this is a good way how to get to the audience. And like what's pretty cool about that is you can have influencers to do that kind of stuff if your challenge is suitable for them, and if it's fun and if it's engaging, they're most certainly going to use it. When I'm talking about influencers, there is another platform inside of TikTok called Creators Marketplace, and that's pretty awesome platform because comparing to other platforms and other ways how to reach out to influencers on other platforms, like we're not really used to that kind of stuff. So it's called creatormarketplace.tiktok.com. On there, you can create dedicated campaigns that are targeting influencers. They're not targeting users of TikTok, so viewers are not being targeted by those campaigns, only influencers. So in those campaign types, you can create. You can first target a specific niche of influencers. You can target micro influencers. You can target bigger influencers, and so on. And they get the information from your end, like what you're willing to give away, and like what are you willing to invest for the influencers to do the video for you, and then they reach out to you. And that's pretty cool option. That's something that you cannot find on any other platform, and that's absolutely 100% free. So obviously, except for the part where you need to give something to the influencers to do a video. But like what's pretty cool is that influencers on TikTok are cheaper than on other platforms, so it's more lucrative and profitable for you to do it in that way. And also what you can do is to boost those videos of influencers. So those videos are not on your channel, they don't belong to you, but you can boost them. The other thing that you can do is branded effects. When it comes to videos on any platform, you can see that people are using a lot of filters of different kinds. So you can create your own filter that can be used and replicated by other users. So you can create tailor-made stickers, filters, or any other special effects. Um, the last thing that you have are Spark ads. Um, that's a combination of organic and ads where you can um, basically boost the posts that other people are recording for TikTok. When it comes to targeting, it's kind of different than on Amazon and what people are used to. So when it comes to targeting, you can target more like on Facebook. So this is something super familiar for people that use advertising on Facebook. You can target people by their gender, by their language, by the operation system that they're using, location, network, carrier, age. There are a bunch of different interests that you can use, and you can target by device price. If your product is kind of premium or on the end of like more expensive products, you can target people that are using more expensive phones, so you can advertise that product to them. When it comes to targeting recommendations, you have a bunch of different options how to do it. You can get some recommendations for the audiences which are more likely to contribute to your objective and to create ads dedicated to them. And what's pretty cool, if you have some data about your customers, about your current buyers, you can upload the spreadsheet of emails to TikTok, and you can target them or create lookalike audiences just as you could do it in the past on Facebook. And for those audiences, you need to have up more than 1,000 users inside of that group, so you can target them. This is something pretty cool, and this is something that everybody on Amazon ever wanted to have, and that's day parting. So you can do day parting on TikTok. You can set when your ads are going to show in a specific day or a specific time, and that's something pretty cool. So if you have some weekly products for weekends or like wherever you can target specific dates or specific times of the day, and that's pretty awesome. So the next obvious thing afterwards is tracking, and there are a couple of different ways how to do tracking depending on where you're gonna send your clients. So option number one is if you're sending people to product listings on Amazon, or if you're sending people to your store, you're obviously going to need to use Amazon attribution, unfortunately. And that's because you're not allowed to install any kind of pixels or UTMs inside of Amazon. And this is the only way how you can do it. So if you ever used, I don't know, Facebook ads or any kind of external traffic, driving traffic to Amazon, you're probably fully aware of Amazon attribution, and this is the way how you can track traffic from TikTok to Amazon. But when it comes to sending traffic to your website, you can most definitely install TikTok Pixel. When it comes to TikTok Pixel, it's pretty similar to any other pixel, let's say for Facebook one. So you can use either container or you can hard code it to your website, and it works pretty well. It's pretty precise, so feel free to use it. You can see all of the important metrics like and track events like order now, subscribe that happen on the website, and you're gonna be able to see them in TikTok advertising console. So let's talk more about best practices when it comes to TikTok advertising. So when it comes to creative tips, there are a bunch of them, and I'm not gonna go through all of them because this presentation is limited by time. So feel free to check all of them when you look at the presentation. What's pretty important is to have sound on. So 100% of TikTok Auction ads are with sound on. What's important is auction ads that are showed vertically have 25% increase of 6 seconds for view to rate. So always shoot vertical. I'm gonna go through all of the stuff when it comes to ads in a couple of minutes. So you're gonna be able to see all of them. So what you want to have about your videos is to have to be catchy in the first few seconds, because people are just scrolling through all the videos and you want to catch their attention right away, and you want them to engage in your video in any aspect. Always try to choose some catchy sounds or popular songs. So what's pretty cool is that TikTok has a library of sounds and popular songs that you can use in your ads. So in case you don't have any audio for your video, feel free to use some from their library. And what's pretty insane is that recently in the last couple of months we can see a trend that some songs are becoming popular on TikTok first, and afterwards they become like globally popular. Make sure that your creative stands out and try to personalize videos for your audience. Try not to have one video that is gonna suit everybody there. Try to get some separate videos for each audience. When it comes to your audience, I'm pretty sure that you guys more or less know who your audience is. In case you don't know your audience, you can always go to brand analytics on Amazon and go through your clients and double check like what are their interests, like what's your age group and different stuff. So you would be able to create dedicated videos that are going to suit that specific group of people. One of the experiences that we have with one of our clients is that we work with one brand that is recognizable for shoes, sneakers, and sport equipment. They didn't really have anything when it comes to TikTok, so we created full strategy for them, starting from organic part and then through ads and combining influencers in feed ads can drive mass awareness. So always try to advertise on TikTok, because like if you're not advertising on TikTok, there is a huge chance that you're missing a lot of people on TikTok. So ads on TikTok, if you have a presence there, is a must. And what happened here that this brand had like more than 1 million video views, with more than 4,000 new followers with 5.8 engagement rate. So building a brand on TikTok, that's the next part. What's really important is to shoot high resolution videos. Like in this age, everybody has a good phone, so you don't want to have something with pixels or blurry. You want people to watch some high quality videos because they expect you to do it. So 83.19% of all top performing videos have a resolution of at least 720p. So that's pretty important, and that can lift your impressions. Like if you and I'm pretty sure that everybody has like pretty good cell phone, like any iPhone can record in this manner. Like 99% of Android phones can record in full HD. So make sure that your videos are in full HD. That's something that is highly recommended, and that can improve the performance of your ads. Also, as I mentioned, make some noise. You need to add audio of any kind to your video. Try to make something catchy, something that goes with your brand. As I mentioned previously, there is a huge library of sounds and songs on TikTok that you can use. And because of audios, you can lift in average impressions for more than 16%, and 93% of all top performing videos use audio. So just 7% of videos are not having any kind of audio, and you don't want to be in those 7% because it's pretty crowded there when it comes to competition. So like make sure that you have some audio in the background. As I mentioned previously, keep it short and sweet. You don't want to people get bored. You want them to stay engaged. You want them to click. So videos should last like up to 30 seconds. Usually, like the best is to stay around 20-25 seconds. That's going to work the most. And that can lift your impressions. People are going to stay until the end of the video, because like at the end, like on a screen, you have like a small line at the bottom where you can see how many seconds left there. So people usually double check that part in case it's a long video that might be boring and so on. So you don't want to be boring, basically. And 25% of top performing videos are between 21 and 34 seconds. This is pretty important, and that's to go to full screen. You need to be sure that you're covering all of the phone screens, and like that your video is not like recorded for Facebook or for YouTube. It's pretty easy to edit videos so they can fit the screen vertically. So I'm pretty sure it wouldn't make a huge deal for you. And like 98% of, even more, like 98.63% of top performing videos are covering full screen. And that's something that you need to have in mind. So other options are not really working that well. So think vertically, because 82% of top performing videos use a vertical aspect ratio, and that increases your impressions for more than 40%. This is pretty cool section. This is something that you need to remember. Remember the save zone that is displayed in red on this phone. That is the place that is not blocked by anything. This is the place where you want to show your message, that you want to have your main thing that is going on. Obviously, the video is going to show up on the whole phone, but like this area is completely safe, because in other sections you can see CTA button, you can add your captions, you can add other stuff, and like on the right side you have profile information and likes and chat section and share button. So try not to have any of important stuff in that section. So let's deep dive more into tips and tricks about ad groups and how to optimize your campaigns on TikTok. When it comes to ad group creation, try to diversify ad groups. Try not to use same video a lot of times. And what's really important is to avoid bulk creation of too many ad groups at the same time, because that can make confusion inside of the algorithm, and the algorithm will make problem when it comes to performance of your campaigns. And try not to create, like, if you have 10 ad groups or 10 campaigns, don't create 15 more. Just add like a couple of them, up to 15% of the existing amount of ad groups and campaigns, and try to keep it that way until they start working properly. And from that point, you can create more. It is not suggested to duplicate ad groups without making any changes. So the least that you can do is to change your targeted audience, to change some video, or to change the description, and so on. When it comes to optimization, try different combination of targeting. Usually people know really well who their clients are, and they narrow down the funnel in that way, and they suffocate the ad group. Start more broad, and then over the time narrow it down. When it comes to performance of existing ad groups, and when you see that it starts to decay, let's say that you start losing traffic or you see increase in CPA, before you start creating a new one, try to optimize current one when it comes to targeting, bidding, or creative, instead of just like creating new ad groups. And like there is something that is called learning phase, and like if you see that ad group is struggling to go through the learning phase, try to optimize creative, broaden the targeting, and increase bid before trying again. And I'm gonna tell you more about the learning phase in a couple of minutes. But we want to talk to ad creatives a bit. When it comes to creatives, also avoid bulk adding similar creatives to ad groups. There is one option called automated creative optimization, and that's when you allow TikTok to help you optimize your creatives and to optimize bits and other stuff. Um, that option allows you to manage around 10 creatives at one ad group. It's not pretty strict, but like that's something that is working inside of the TikTok. When it comes to not automated creative optimization, it really depends of the people that are optimizing those campaigns. And what TikTok recommends is to go with up to 20 creatives with minimum 3 ads. So what we usually do is we keep just a couple of them, like up to 5. So we are make sure that we're not all over the place with all the stuff there. um, when you see that ad groups are not performing, and they're not using automated creative optimizations, steadily add creatives to the ad group and pay attention to diversify creatives. When it comes to optimization, continuously refresh your creatives to maintain the competitiveness, and that's pretty important. And try to update your videos every 7 days. I know it sounds a lot, but as I mentioned previously, use your phone, record whichever kind of video, do a lot of A/B tests there, so that way you would be covered with a lot of videos. Try quick optimization or smart video. That's something that TikTok recommends. We personally don't really recommend this option because this way you can upload a couple of images and then TikTok creates videos for you out of those images. And you already, I'm pretty sure, tried it on Amazon. It didn't work there. It's not going to work here that well as well. So it's better just to use your phone or maybe some review or whatever and use it as a video on TikTok. It's suggested to add new creatives to existing ad groups to extend the lifetime and to increase its performance. But if the performance of the existing ad group is not satisfactory, then create a new ad group and upload new creatives to the new ad group. What you don't want to do is to use the same creative in one ad group or different ad groups. You don't want to use the same creative through the whole campaign, and you don't want to delete creatives during the learning phase. So when it comes to targeting and audiences, when it comes to creation, when starting a new campaign, it's recommended to keep targeting broad, as I previously mentioned. And after that, you can narrow it down when the algorithm learns and finds out who's your real audience on TikTok, because it might get a bit different. So don't start a group with narrow targeting. Start with something more broad and then narrow it down. When it comes to leveraging interest targeting, select interest tags based on product features and usage scenarios. When it comes to optimization of targeting, you should always A/B test. It's advertising and it's PPC, so A/B test is always a must. So you need to do that part. In just a second. Don't use narrow targeting, since that will hurt the learning process. And don't modify targeting settings more than once every 2 days. Have that in mind, because we can get a bit nervous when we see that something is not working. We want to fix it more than once during the day, but like that's something that is not recommended. Let algorithm learn a bit and then change it, because it will hurt the learning process as well. When it comes to targeting creation, you can extend the value of the first party customer data by uploading your files. As I mentioned previously, you can upload your Excel file to TikTok and create lookalike audiences. You can create custom retargeting audiences based on user engagement. When it comes to audience size, the minimum that you can use is 1,000 users. and make full use of custom audience as a source to create lookalike audiences to reach TikTok users that are similar to your source audience. When it comes to bidding, on the other end, and tips about bidding, as I mentioned, when it comes to optimize CPC or optimize CPM ad groups, the system will understand like the learning phase until it reaches out to 50 conversions. That's the amount of conversions that need to happen until the learning phase is done. That's something that is like honeymoon period on Amazon that we're used to there. We shouldn't make bidding, targeting, and creative adjustments before passing the learning phase. Uh, if the existing ad group seems to struggle to pass the learning phase, try to optimize creatives or try to broaden the targeting or increase the bids. After passing the learning phase, it's a bit different. Do not increase or increase the budgets significantly. It's usually recommended to do it up to 30% of the current bids and budgets. When it comes to bidding, go to up to 20%, and do not modify targeting, bidding, or budget or tracking more than once every 2 continuous days, because that's gonna mess up with the algorithm and you're gonna end up with underperforming campaigns just because you change stuff frequently. When it comes to incentives, as I mentioned previously, TikTok is pretty new platform. They're trying to get more people to use the platform, and they're willing to help sellers and advertisers to get some pretty nice incentives. So what you can ask for is ad credit. They don't usually give it right away, but you can definitely ask for it. Our experience is usually that we get from 10 to 20% of quarterly ad spend in the fourth month. So like it's usually in after Q1 you get like in April you have like one half of the month for free in advertising. So that's pretty cool. When it comes to overall numbers, you can improve it that way. Also, TikTok is more than happy to help you with a bunch of other stuff. You can, apart from ad credit, ask for A/B test credit. So that's pretty cool as well. So let's say that you spend $10,000 on advertising. You can reach out to TikTok and tell them that you're willing to test some new stuff, to test creatives and so on. And they're willing to give you from 10 to 20% of additional ad credit that can be used for A/B testing. I mentioned previously boosting. It's not only that you can boost your own posts on TikTok, you can do boosting for influencers that are creating videos for you. So that's pretty cool. So you basically have a group of influencers that is literally working for you by creating videos for you, and you can boost their posts so you can increase visibility. There are other types that just rolled out on TikTok when it comes to ads, and like that's working pretty well as well. If you don't have the option, try to ask somebody from TikTok to help you. If you have troubles with that, you feel free to reach out. We can definitely help you with that. One of the option is coupon ads. The other option is shopping ads. So basically, you have a feed on your website that you can use for ads on TikTok. When it comes to beta testing, you can always try to find some official TikTok partners to have options, as I mentioned, for shopping ads or coupon ads, to try new features and to test them on TikTok platform. And guys, that's it. Thank you so much.
Wow, that was like so comprehensive.
Thank you. I was trying really hard to just a second to stop. Okay, great. Yeah, I tried really hard to stay inside of my time because like I can talk a lot. So hopefully I stay inside of the desired time.
Yeah, and that was incredible. Like I didn't realize there was so much depth to TikTok ads. and there's so many different things that you could do, and all of the statistics that you threw out over there, I was like taking notes. I mean, 87% of users are not seeing other screens when they are watching TikTok. That is pretty incredible. So you have like their full attention when they're watching TikTok. And if you think about it, it's true. Like, I am not on TikTok very often, but when I am on TikTok, then you do need to focus because the videos are short. There's so much going on and they're moving fast. So you do need to, like, pay attention to what's going on. Otherwise, you're going to miss the story. Whereas on YouTube, you're watching a 10-15 minute video. You're like, your dog is doing something, your son is doing something, you're doing texting something else. So, yeah, that's absolutely incredible.
I
And
realized on my end, like
yeah,
what usually happens, like I cannot really watch videos in the morning because they're like so engaging and like they're like all over the place. And
yeah,
I'm like just overwhelmed with all the information. So like if you're doing day parting, that's something that you need to have in mind. So a lot of people are just like me, are they don't want to spend like time on TikTok in the mornings because they're trying to wake up, you know. So like
yeah.
evenings are usually pretty good when it comes to TikTok because people just want to relax and like have some time. Like, and a lot of people are just spending more and more time on TikTok rather than watching movies or so on.
Exactly. So, Andy is saying lots of good procedures here. The slides will be gold. Yes,
Oh, thank you.
absolutely. There's so much information there, and especially about optimizing all the ads and all of those things. That's absolutely amazing. I have a business TikTok account in place, but haven't launched yet. And he says so much here. So there's one question about Peter, and I was kind of wondering about the same thing. Like, what are costs looking like? So we're talking about all of the ads and everything, but you mentioned this case study with 1 million views. Like, how much did that cost? That entire marketing campaign,
It
approximately?
really depends on like campaign types that you're going to use and ad types that you're going to use. So for example, if you're going through some business accounts that have all of the options, so let's say that you're going to be the first one that has coupon ads or shopping ads, or like you're just checking everything, like because they're rolling out everything all the time. So like there is a huge chance that you're going to end up being the first in your niche that is advertising using different ad types. So that's going to be like insanely cheap. Like our experience is that CTR is lower on TikTok comparing to, let's say, Amazon, and that's something that we need to have in mind. But on the other hand, it can go way cheaper than Facebook ads and advertising on Facebook, like probably like half of it.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty amazing. Guys, if you have any questions for Lazar, type them in the comment section now. We'll start wrapping up, but let us know if you have any questions. And I was also very amazed to learn that 40% of users are actually not using any other platform. So that is quite surprising to me. And why are these users not using any other platforms? Like, are they not on Facebook and Instagram, and they're not on any other platform at all? Have they just move to TikTok, or is TikTok the first platform that they have really been introduced to? I don't know, maybe they're kids that just started with TikTok and they think that Facebook is for old people.
Yeah, exactly. Like people consider Facebook to be old people's platform, you know, which is
Yeah,
terrible.
that's where I hang out.
You know? But like on the other hand, like as I mentioned, like at the beginning, TikTok was more like teenage oriented, and like most of the users were teenagers, and they were like early adopters of the platform, and because of that, like expanded further and further to older generations. It's not like that they grew old because it's such a short period of time, but on the other hand, like more and more like old, like we see a huge increase of like people that are like 50 plus that are coming to TikTok, which is kind of insane. So yeah, and it's so addictive platform, and it's so much fun to be there to be there. So more and more people are just going there, and like it's pretty much exclusive. And like I can tell you that like other platforms are becoming like more and more afraid of it, because like some of the platforms are banning videos that have TikTok logo in it. And just recently Google started indexing TikTok, and that's something that is pretty like interesting, because the platform is growing so rapidly, and like it's uncomparable to any other platform at this point.
Exactly. So, in terms of e-commerce, there was also a recent announcement by TikTok and Shopify, where Shopify ads were going to be integrated into TikTok. So, what do you think is the future of Shopify plus TikTok? Do you see that there's going to be like more, synergy moving forward and more opportunities for e-commerce sellers if they sell on Shopify and then use TikTok for their marketing?
Exactly. Like one of the things that you have is like with add-on combining those two platforms, you get extra ad credit on Shopify as well. So they're really close partners when it comes to Shopify and TikTok. On the other hand, TikTok didn't really start as an e-commerce platform. They obviously started as a social media platform, and from there they see a huge opportunity at this point in e-commerce and to grow their business in that direction. And I'm pretty sure in the next year or two, we're going to see more and more growth towards e-commerce there, because at this point, TikTok already has huge amount of users. There is high usage of the platform by average users, so like more and more people are gonna see more of e-commerce there. And I'm pretty sure like this is like the golden age of TikTok when it comes to advertising. Like when you talk to people that advertised on and were selling on Amazon like 5, 6, 7 years ago, they would tell you like whatever I throw, like it's something will grow from it. And and like that's something that is going on with TikTok at this point. So like you cannot really fail a lot when it comes to TikTok at this point, because like competition is so low comparing to Amazon. Let's say you have bunch of sellers on Amazon advertising for and targeting for the specific keyword. On the other hand, you have such a low amount of people that are advertising on TikTok, and it's a huge opportunity for everybody to be there, especially if you're in cosmetics and household. Everything that is like health and beauty oriented works insanely good on TikTok. Everything like even like automotive cosmetics work pretty well, like for our clients, or coffee, or like literally everything in that direction.
Wow, that's pretty incredible. Do you see this as big as Instagram and Reddit? Especially Instagram, because a lot of people are using Instagram for e-commerce. And how do you see Instagram and TikTok?
I remember a couple of years Nike had a commercial. Oh, sorry about that. Had a commercial that said like never follow, and like you can see now that Instagram is introducing reels that
Yeah.
they didn't have in the past. So more and more like other platforms are trying to copy TikTok because like they're taking share of their pie. So no, I'm pretty sure TikTok is gonna become like established social media platform. Like Snapchat tried it, they didn't manage to get it at that level as much as TikTok did. So I'm pretty sure that Instagram one day is gonna be like old people's platform rather than TikTok.
Right. And YouTube is doing the same. So YouTube has got shorts. That's also
Yeah,
very similar
everybody's
to,
trying to
yeah,
replicate them. That's the issue.
exactly. And Andy says, I've thrown heaps of money away on Facebook. Yes.
Yeah,
Facebook ads are not being effective anymore. I don't know what you're
yeah,
seeing with
that's a
Facebook.
huge issue for everybody, like including our agency, like not only the sellers. Like since iOS had an update, 14 point something, that like it's way more difficult to advertise and focus on people on Facebook. Like when it comes to TikTok, it's still like pretty good. This is the time to be there. Like even if you don't have videos, like I'm pretty sure a lot of agencies, including ours, can help you with that in a manner. Like TikTok is even providing incentives to create the videos. Like for example, I know it sounds like a sales pitch, but like we're not taking any money from it. Like TikTok is giving away up to $20,000 for video creators per project. So it's not just per product, but like if your product is going to have a couple of projects like targeting different groups of people, you can get up to $20,000 per project to create videos. Obviously, you're not going to be allowed to use any agency for that, but you can like go through the list that they offer you from their end. Like there are a bunch of vendors, like 30, 40 of them that you can use, and TikTok will cover the expenses. So that's a pretty cool thing.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. So, guys, check out sellersalley.com and see what amazing stuff Lazar is doing over there. So, Lazar, do you want to stick around for another, 3 or 4 minutes? We're going to ask people some questions. We're going to do a quiz, and then we're going to give away some prizes. So, let's do that. Guys, are you ready? We've got 6 prizes to Okay, we got 6 prizes to give away. So the first prize that we are giving away is 30-minute Amazon business consultations with Peter Luxembourg for 3 people. So that's the first prize. And this is going up to 3 people. So we're going to be asking you 2 questions for these prizes. And then we've also got another one, and this is from Lazar. So 20% discount for the first month of corporation for 3 people with Sellers Alley. I should have mentioned the company over here. This is with Sellers Alley, Lazar's company. Okay, so let's get started with the first question over here. Guys, are you ready? So remember, we're going to ask you only 2 questions. There are 6 prizes, but we're going to ask you 2 questions. So that means that up to 3 people can win the prize for every question. So it's not necessarily the first person or only the first person who gives the correct answer. It's the first 3 people who give the correct answer that will stand to win these prizes. Okay. So for the first prize, which is 30-minute call with Peter Luxembourg, here is your question. What does RFQ stand for? This is an easy one, guys. I'm choosing easy questions for you now. Lazar, I asked for the first session, I asked a difficult question, and we were just waiting here for people to respond, and there's nobody responding. So I've asked really easy questions now. This is an easy one. If you're in sourcing, if you are an Amazon private label, you should know this. So 3 people stand a chance to win this prize, which is 30-minute consultation with Peter Luxembourg, who's an Amazon consultant. He just did a presentation on how to set up a company in Hong Kong. In case anyone's looking to sell on Walmart, you can actually go ahead and talk to him and set up a company in Hong Kong and try to get approval for Walmart as well. That's something that he mentioned. So let's see some answers. And you can Google this. So you can definitely Google it. There's a slight delay, Lazar, in the video going onto YouTube and then people responding. So we have to give people about 30 seconds or so
Oh, that
until
makes
they
sense.
hear the
Okay.
question and then go Google. This morning there was a slight delay. Yeah. Oh, looks like our connection is a bit unstable, but we're good now. Yes, we have the first winner, request for quotation. Congratulations, Zenat. That is absolutely correct. Request for quotation. That is the answer. Correct answer. So I don't see any more answers now, but maybe they will come in later. So we will see if there are any more answers later. So let's move on to the second question now. So guys, here is the second question for 20% discount on services by Sellers Alley. And you don't necessarily have to, utilize the discount right away. If you're not ready for TikTok, you can, take your time, explore the various options that you have, and have a chat with Lazar and see, what options are available for you. Okay, guys, here's the second question. When is pre-shipment inspection done? Is it A, before production starts, or is it B, before shipping? So you have to type in A or B. Give me the correct answer, A or B. Pre-shipment inspection, when is it done? Before production of your goods start, or is it usually done before products are shipped out of the factory? A or B? type that into the comments and let us know. And this is for 20% off of Sellers Alley services. Up to 3 people can win this prize. So let's see. Let's see if we have any answers yet. Not yet. I think StreamYard is being pretty slow today.
Yeah, it might happen. There's a delay through the platforms.
Yeah, for sure. There's definitely a delay, like at least 30 seconds. Okay, we have a winner. Andy says B. Yes, correct. That is the correct answer. Andy, you should
Congrats.
definitely have a chat with Lazar. Because Andy was saying that he does have a TikTok account as well, and he's an Amazon seller, so he should definitely have a chat with you. So, guys, those are the two winners that we're going to be, announcing today during the live. But if there are other answers on YouTube or Facebook, we'll go look at them. But Andy and Zeenath, just drop an email to summitinfo@globalsource.com and let us know that you have won these prizes, and then we'll connect you with Peter and Lazar for your prize. Cool. Well, Lazar, thank you so much for your time today. It was absolutely wonderful learning and a lot of great insights and information shared by you. So thank you so much for joining us at Global Sources Summit.
Thank you so much for having me here. Have a great day. Bye.
All right. You take care. Bye. All right. So with that, we come to the end of session 4 of Global Sources Virtual Summit. My gosh, where has time gone? It's absolutely amazing. Time has gone by so fast. So I just want to quickly remind people before we sign off that if you have not done so already, you need to register at globalsource.com/summit so that you can receive all of the slides for the presentation, for this, all the presentations that the speakers have done. And you'll also be able to join our Telegram group and engage with all of the attendees. And Andy, Zeenath, Peter, thank you so much for joining us. Absolutely. It was a pleasure having you over here. And I will see you tomorrow. If you're in Asia and Australia, I will see you tomorrow for the final session of Global Sources Virtual Summit. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Bye.